feel like you guys should know that this entire video is being made, I am not dressed from the waist down. It's pajama shorts and smiley socks. Fashion. If you've seen my videos before, then you know that I am, a bit of a nerd. I enjoy history and dragons and Barbie and superheroes. And I really like Star Wars. And shockingly enough, I have not done a Star Wars video until now. When deciding what to make this video about, I simply looked back at what I've enjoyed doing before, and one of the things that I enjoy most is taking fictional and fantastical costume designs and translating them into what they might have looked like in a specific historical period. And of course, if I was going to make a Star Wars video and have it be a fashion video, it was going to have to be about our queen of looks, Padme Amidala. So today, I've chosen some looks from episode 1 to translate into drawings of historical costumes for our lovely Queen Padme. The first dress that I've chosen to adapt is the first dress that we ever see Padme wearing. This lovely, insane, red and fur monstrosity that has actual working lights in it. Certain pieces within this look gave me the same vibes as Tudor gowns. The conical skirt shape puts me in mind of the Spanish farthingale. The curved headdress that she wears, I've decided to translate into a French hood. The fur accents can be carried over, as well as all of those finishing touches of gold that I've translated into embellishments and jewelry. I am, of course, keeping that lovely red color, and the finished look has our girl Padme sporting some Anne Boleyn chic vibes. Though if Padme had been faced with Henry VIII, I am sure he would have gotten a blaster to the face. The next outfit I've chosen is when Padme goes in disguise to Tatooine. The plain colors and rougher fabric choices here put me in mind of peasantry, and for this look I've chosen specifically an ancient Roman peasant. The style of dress is what's known as a stola, and was a common garment worn by women of the time. The color and draping are simple and made without use of excess fabrics, as this is a peasant look. Over top of the stola, I've given her what was called a palla, or a shawl or cloak-like garment depending on its size. It's closer to a shawl here. As I said before, excess fabric, not for our peasant girl. The hair is parted down the center and twisted and braided at the back of the head, much like Padme's hair in the original look if it had been all put up instead of a half-up, half-down style. I've finished it off with a pair of simple leather shoes and some plain jewelry, as I truly believe that even as a peasant, Padme could not resist adding some flair and style. For the third look, I'm going to be adapting this ombre handmaiden's dress that she wears when she's cleaning R2-D2 into a 1970s dress. Rather than going all the way up over the head in a hood, I've instead made this dress a turtleneck and simplified the sleeves into a bell shape, rather than the slit parted sleeves with the close forearms that she has in the original. For the hair, I've left it simple and long, parted down the center. For the accessories, I've put her in some patent red leather boots, as well as some matching bangles and a belt buckle. And of course, these accessories are chonky and very groovy. I chose this next dress because the sleeves were absolutely giving me 1860s daywear vibes. This massive bell shape with the pointed end is a dead giveaway. Sticking mostly with the black color as we see in the original, I've also decided to take some of the embroidery elements and the accent color in the lining to add some flair in applique and different embroidery and beading on my version of the dress. I think that these little gold spikes of trim down the bodice absolutely give it just some very Padme vibes where it didn't have to be that extra, but of course, she had to go there. The odd headgear on this next look is absolutely pulling me towards the medieval period. which, yes, I know, the medieval period spans close to 1,000 years when you think about it, but hold on, I will get more specific. I've adapted the headdress into what's called a heart-shaped headdress, which is really just a combination of a padded roll and cauls. Cauls are the netted things on the side of the head, and the padded roll is what gives it that heart shape. I've been sure to add lots of embellishments with chains and beads running around the padded roll and through the netting on the caul. To top it all off on the head, I have also added a sheer veil. She is, of course, going to need some coordinating jewelry round the neck, and I find medieval jewelry to be particularly charming. Her gown is a lovely purple to match the inspiration photo, and the style is what's known as a hoopaland style of gown. This might be one of my favorite looks, as I find the medieval styles just so romantic. The next look is when Padme reveals herself to the Gungan tribe as the true Queen Amidala. When I was coming up with an adaptation of this look, I immediately knew I needed to look into historical Japanese menswear. I found what I was looking for in the late Heian and early Edo period. And though that seems like a wide stretch of time, do remember that the further back in time you travel, the slower fashion moves, especially in the Edo period in Japan, as traditional Japanese culture and dress was prioritized. I've given her a hakama-style pant, which is a pleated pant, worn with a hakamashita underneath. A decorative haori goes over top with a belt, and to finish it all off, a pair of tabi boots. And since this is the look in which we see Padme wield a blaster like a total boss, I've decided to give her a katana. This next look is a beautiful white sheath dress with a fluffy cloak over top. Oh, it's got to be old Hollywood. I've reimagined the parade look as an old Hollywood bias-cut silk dress with a sheer robe over top. It's very, "Oh, officer, my husband has mysteriously died? Poison? Why, I never." The squared-off fluff from the inspiration photo will take the place of the usual feather trim on the robe. Of course, I can't forget to give her some sleek Hollywood curls, and to finish it all off, I'll transform that large white ruff that she wears in the original into a matching fan. And with that last illustration, my adaptations of Padme's looks throughout Episode 1 of Star Wars as historical costumes are complete. I hope you guys liked this video. I love the videos where I just get to draw and tell you all about the process. And if you would like to see me do episode 2, be sure to tune in next week, as I'll have it ready for you by then. Thank you so much for watching. I adore nerding out about Star Wars, and I hope you liked this video as much as I liked making it. If you'd like to see me nerd out about other things, or even make some costumes, then be sure to visit my channel. And if your attention span is not feeling up to more full-length YouTube videos, you could go try visiting my TikTok or my Instagram as well. And if you feel like supporting the channel, be sure to visit my Patreon, where there is behind-the-scenes photos, different tiers to support the channel, as well as a Patreon shop, in which I'll have new items up every once in a while, along with sewing patterns. I hope you have a good day, or night, or whenever you happen to be watching this, and bye! I think all of my joints just cracked. Roger, roger. I lived my life hoping Bowie would be proud of me. Chalky chip muffins. Roger, roger. I can't get their voice right, and it's one of my biggest disappointments. Ba 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 ba.